Hello, everybody. I have a cat right here. Yes, I do. Hi. He's making it a little difficult for me to see one of my screens, but we'll just work with each other here. So, welcome everybody to Heart of a Hobbit here on the Lotro Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Lotro stream. As you are probably aware if you're watching this in live time, I have a Casper here on the desk with me. And just as I was getting ready to start, before stuck some food in the microwave and then the phone rang. So he's just run off. So I apologize for the beeping in the background. He's taking the phone call out of the room, which is very nice of him. So let's see. I see we got an Effie in the chat. We got Skagosi. We've got Loshire. Loshire Hobbit says, hi, Casper. He's being very cute. He's been elsewhere all day. It is warm today. It's pushing, it's not quite 30, I don't think. I think it's 29 degrees Celsius, that is. Yeah, oh, it's 30 on my phone. My phone says it is 30, which I can't remember what that is in Fahrenheit anymore, but it's warm. Like mid-80s maybe in Fahrenheit. Anyway, so Mr. Casper here, has been missing most of the day, but I think he was outside sleeping. We have some outdoor space that the cats can hang out in, which includes our outdoor space. They have access to that via a little run that we've created for them. Yes, we have. He's giving me a look. So sometimes he goes out and sleeps on the couch, which is lovely. You know, it's in the shade and outdoors and a little breeze. So, yeah. Let's see. Telerian says, Mordor is in trouble, I hear. Well, I mean, we want the downfall of Mordor, don't we? But I'm assuming you're talking about the Mordor server. I saw that they're going to do a restart, which is probably a smart move because, you know, now that gazillions of people have been working it and testing it, and they've probably got some good data on where the problems are. Because there have been like some mini rollbacks, I think. Like, I know people will be playing and then they'll be like, hey, I just, you know, logged off, logged back in, and 15 minutes of my playtime have disappeared. And so, and I think that's not happening like universally, but it is happening to a few people, some people. I don't know how widespread it is. So my guess is they've got some data now on what's going on, and they're going to do a quick patch of some sort. That's my guess. So I'm glad. I think the Mordor server, and I don't know Angmar because I haven't been playing there, but I have been playing on Mordor quite a bit. And I would say they've got to probably be calling this a success because it's the amount of lag is severely down compared to like the regular servers, which isn't horrible, but it's noticeable obviously on the regular servers. So there's hardly any lag on the Mordor server, which is pretty neat. People are talking about being able to play Warden, you know, again, so that's nice. Yeah, so I think, and there's like, I don't know, every day there's like over 1,000 non-anonymous people on. And I know there are definitely anonymous people because there'll be times when somebody's like, hey, can somebody help me? And I'll like go to look at them to figure out or put them in a thing and be like, well, where are you? Or what level are you? Whatever. And there's like, I'm anonymous. So I know there's plenty of anonymous people on there as well. So yeah, so this is kind of exciting how that seems to be going well for them, I think. I don't know about Angmar. I assume it's about the same. Yeah, Coolwitch says not much lag on Angmar either. I wanted to play on the Mordor server because, you know, we're in Europe. We live in the Netherlands, and so I wanted to play on the European server, of course. I thought that'd be pretty cool. But it does appear there's a lot of people from the US on the server also. Um, not the least of which is obvious by sometimes the way world chat goes. But yeah, it's you know, it's got its ebb and flow. It's like a little bit worse on the weekends and then a lot nicer during the weekdays, European weekdays. Aaron Bard says, any word on the Deco kin? Yes, Deco de Miu did create a kinship. It's called Deco de Miu. The idea is it's people who are playing, but who are looking to, you know, are the housing, you know, fanatics. So if you are interested in joining that server, just, you know, say something, or joining that kinship, excuse me, over on Mordor, just say something in world chat, and hopefully somebody in the kinship will be able to grab you and get you added to the kinship. It's lovely. It's really weird, guys. I'm not used to kinships being like with people on all the, like having always, there's always somebody on, and usually like, you know, a good like 4, 5, 6, 10 people. I'm like, what, where all these people come from? Like, it's been really fun. So let's see, Valestria says, hello, after 2 years of playing, of following Lotro streams, I finally started playing Lotro yesterday. Well, that's awesome. Well, welcome. That is so much fun. Obviously, you've probably heard a lot of the tips and tricks and stuff. But if you have questions as you're rolling through something, you're always welcome to ask here on, you know, on the chat, or I post my videos over on YouTube also, and you can leave comments there if you have any questions about stuff. You know, people are always welcome to help out and chime in and stuff like that. So Egg Arthur says Angmar has about 500 non-anonymous right now. Oh, that's interesting. So it sounds like Mordor may be running higher numbers than Angmar. I'm curious about that, actually. Be interesting to know. Yeah, before it says on Mordor, the number of characters is up compared to a live server, but the complexity of those characters is way down because they're all brand new. Yeah, for example, I'm on Laurelin right now on the stream here with my character Rosenbloom, and if I look at her quest log, first of all, she's level 150, and the cap right now is 50 over on Mordor and Angmar. If I look at my completed quests, for example, it's not a huge amount because I've missed a lot of stuff with this character, but it's still over 2,000 completed quests. You will have characters on this server who have over 10,000 completed quests, and plenty of those characters exist on this server. So once you start getting that kind of volume of information connected to a character, and you have a lot of characters with that volume of information, that'll be really interesting to see over on Mordor and Angmar, with its different, slightly different stuff going on there, how that impacts things, you know. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see how that works out longer. Hey, there's an Affodil. Thank you. Yeah, so okay, so while we're chatting, Affodil and I are going to keep, let's go ahead and roll through. I am working on this little darling, the legendary item reward track, and I am up to like level box number 59, I believe it is, and I'm in 59. I want to get to 75 before it ends in 7 days and 22 hours. So we are doing the missions here in Umbar, as we've done the last couple weeks actually, and excuse me, we are also, as a part of this, doing this delving stone, which when we look at it, it gives us tier 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through tier 12. And actually I don't have it on me, but I could grab it. And we have been doing generally tier 7 because it gives us a challenge, but it's not, what do I need? Emerald, right? Yeah, probably emerald. All right, so let me do a tier 7 delving emerald. And so what that does is it adds an extra layer of difficulty to our questing in here, and it basically means I have 2 quests active, the Delving Stone quest and then the regular set of quests or whatever I need to do in here, which in this case is a cut above, which is defeat 8 Corsair deckhands, 10 lookouts, and 3 brutes of the Corsairs. So there's 2 lookouts themselves. Now, if we look at them, they have extra stuff on them right now that they would not have if we just came running through here. So let's see, on Monster Death, the Malice heals nearby monsters. Enemies start out doing double damage, and then once reduced below 85% health, this Malice abandons them. After a brief induction, a strong fear consumes you. Poison puddles, they summon large poisonous puddles, and monsters discharge a virulent substance that will knock you down if not cleansed. So those are the things that we're fighting against while we're doing these guys as well. Completionist is an excellent name for a character. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I did the other one. Whatevs. Usually we have a convention between us that you do the sun first and the moon second. Like, you do the sun, fear the moon. But that's okay. I did the other way around. So let's see. So yeah, so Mordor, this Mordor server is, I think, like right now, in the middle of a restart, which generally means they just, everybody's logged off. They do a little bit of code fixes, tweaks, whatever. May do a restart, like actually, power down, power back up. They probably do that anyway with doing some code changes, and probably making some small tweaks. So I'm not surprised by this. Like I said, it's a brand new server, right? The two of them. There's new tech that they're playing with, basically, because they're on 64-bit server, whereas the regular servers are 32. There's a cutthroat. We know that there's a sneaky, sneaky cutthroat nearby. That's why I put a trap down and knock him over. Because I'm a sneaky, sneaky hobbit. So I'm not worried about it. Just, to bring down the drama level. I think it's good. I'm happy about it. I saw they were, it was doing some weird things, like just small weirds. So I'm glad they've got some ideas. I'm making the assumption that they've got some ideas on how to fix that based on the fact that they're doing their little tweaks on it. So, and then I'll be back to farming because I've been doing a lot of farming on over there. That's how I'm trying to make money. Oh my gosh, having no money again is just like dire. Oh, whoops! I was going to try and catch the. Oh, good. Oops, sorry. All right. Well, don't go too far because there's a sneaky there. Oh, there's the cutthroat. They have revealed themselves. So let's see. Not much like. Oh yeah, you already said. I read that. I got a little behind. So Loshire says, I saw you when you were doing the intro last week, and you saw Rosenboom, and you're like, I know who that is. That's awesome. But you're mainly on Angmar, as that's where most of your friends are. Nice. Yeah, I did go ahead and create a Rosenbloom on Angmar, but I haven't even taken her through the intro yet. I just, went ahead and snagged the name in case I do decide to play on Angmar for some reason. Aaron Bard says, did you already chat about lore master changes? I did not. I have not in the past spent a lot of time, forgot these guys were here, spent a lot of time playing a lore master. I've tried playing a lore master before, and most of my time playing a lore master was really just to collect the pets, the different skin, all the different pets and all the different skins for all the different pets. That was my main play of the game as a lore master, so not a lot of like good gameplay of it. I know a lot of people have strong opinions about it. Some people are really unhappy with it, but on the other hand, I think some other people are really happy with it. I think I made a lore master over on Mordor, but I haven't, whoops, sorry, caught the wrong group. I haven't played her, so I can't really speak to it. I've heard, I think it's Blue Line is where all your pets are. Oh yeah, I did take her through the intro because I brought out a bear and I was in Red Line. So apparently you also can have a bear if you're in Red Line, because somebody was saying there's no pets in Red Line, but I'm guessing it means not many, because I had a bear. But then I got her through the intro and then I didn't do anything else with her, so I don't know. Lustrous says, thank you. Playing on Mordor also fun. The adventures of Dulgrim have begun. Oh yes, it was a bear, but it was not a cosmetic bear, not like that. He was actually a pow pow bear, Yeah, and Lustrous, I would offer to send you money over on Mordor, because I normally do that when, like, well, not normally, but like I will offer to do that when somebody starts on a new server just to kind of help you out. But oh my gosh, like I don't have piles of money that I'm sitting on over there yet, so I'm not in that position. I'm saving up for a house, actually. That's my current priority, is to get enough for a house, and then the kinship is also kind of waiting for people to wait to get a house so we can all end up in the same neighborhood together. And then hopefully get the kinship in that neighborhood 3 months from now when you can. So, so I haven't gotten a house yet, but I'm up to 10 gold in total across my 3 characters. But I need to kind of consolidate that if I want to buy a house, because it's not 10 gold on one character. Oh, so I don't know. Here, let me back up for just a second. So you notice when I click on this guy, I have 2 quests to turn in, and each one of them gives me legendary item experience. So that's why I really like doing the Delvings, if I can, inside the missions, because I get to do one mission. It might take a little longer than normal, but it doesn't take twice as long as normally. Also, usually. If it doesn't take twice as long, then we're fine. Oh, is this the one with papers? Okay. But this one is a pain in the butt with the delving aspect. Unless we do it at like a level 3 or something. I wonder if it would go fast. I don't know. Nah, let's not. Well, yeah, right? Nah, we won't do it. So I'm going to run past it, and it disappears. So I don't even have the option to go back and change my mind. Once you run past the delving stone, it's like, oh, you don't want me? Okay, bye. And yeah, Velistrous, this is like end level content. You have to be at the server cap in order to do Delvings, that second quest I'm talking about. But to do the missions, you don't have to be at server cap. The missions will scale to your level. So like if you're level 50, they'll be level 50. I mean, it's not, yeah, I think they all do that. I think they all scale to your level. So you can go and do like the further adventures of Bilbo Baggins in Rivendell. There's a guy to talk to do that. And those you can do it at level 20, you know. You might want to get a little bit beefier. Well, it depends. I don't know. You do you. So let's see. What did I say? Telerian has 11,744 completed quests according to the quest log on your main character. Telerian says, I might be called completionist. And before commented that completionist is an excellent name for a character, which I totally agree. I think that's awesome. Let's see, Egg Arthur, I painstakingly accumulated enough money to acquire a house on Mordor, right? Then the next day I got scraps from a Hobbit present figures. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Oh yeah, sure, I haven't done my Hobbit gift, right? So let me do my Hobbit gift here. It's a universal ingredient pack. You know where I could really use that? Mordor. Well, okay, it's 1. Somebody does have packs out in one of the neighborhoods, though, in one of the Bree neighborhoods over on Mordor. So that's been nice. I forgot to take my characters over there today. I'll do that later on after the stream. Assuming this server is back up, and it probably will be. Oh, awesome. Okay, I can help attack things then. Yeah, so I've got 2 of my characters going by and collecting stuff out of those crates, those ingredient crates. So one crate holds 3 universal ingredients, and the other one holds 6. So if you do a character, that's 9 in total if you grab both crates. So if I'm doing it with 2, then that's 18 per day. So that'll get me started, and that'll help a lot. That'll get me the ability to make some dyes by the time the festival comes around, and I get some better cosmetics, because oh my gosh, I am just like, that's been almost the hardest part of being on that server, is the lack of good things to wear. My character is so out of sorts. It's so funny. That's the thing I'm worried about, right? But yes, Aaron Bard does point out that pets are often the point. With a lore master, I understand. Yeah, sorry, I really am not well versed on lore master play, old or new. What was I thinking of? There was something where they made some changes. Seems to me whenever they make changes on something, okay, so like the legendary items, when they changed the legendary items to the new system, I was struggling with the old system. It just never really clicked for me, with all the deciphering and undoing things and redoing things, and you want to save these for this but don't save them for that. I was like, what? This is like a research paper that I got to pay attention to. Like, this is insane. So was very glad when they redid the legendaries, and I know some people were not pleased with it at first, but I'm telling you, it's a simpler system. It's a more logical system, and I like it better, and it suits me better. It's easier for me to play with my new legendaries. So I'm hoping that the lore master changes are in a similar vein where, you know, maybe it's a little weird at first, but in the end, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense and I like it. So one hopes. So Aaron Bard says, how do you begin the delving quests? Delvings are found in some of the newer missions. So like the Umbar missions, Swanfleet and Cardolan also have missions that you can do the delving aspect. I think there's a list. I think B4 is furiously typing over there, so there might be some information coming. Valestris says, I'm doing an episodic series out of it. Oh, don't know. So you don't want any gold. I thought I would finally use it to finally start publishing something on YouTube. Nice. Well, good luck with that. Yeah. So you're going for a solo-esque experience without help. Well, but don't forget that part of the Lotro experience is actually to help each other out. So that is included as part of your Lotro experience. Just keep that in mind. So Egg Arthur points out that all missions are tied to content. So in this case, the Umbar missions. So quest packs, expansions. So there's no free missions, as it were. Valestris, you asked about delvings on Mordor. There will be, yes, when you get to level 50, you should be able to do delvings in the Swanfleet and Cardolan missions. There should be the delving layer available to you there. So that one just had the one, because remember, we didn't do the delving in that one, because that one just takes a dang long. But taste for crab, we'll get some spicy crab. Oh, and Tillian does point out there's more than one homestead with ingredient crates. Yeah, I just know of the one in Bree so far. I plan to buy them for our neighborhood when we get that far. Lost Shire says, I got some mithril and bought a Lindleby house as a way around the no money issue. Yes, I did too. Oh, that reminds me. So yes, in the stream title, I did mention the coffer, the Mirkwood Patron's coffer. I do have one of those. I was gifted it by SSG for all the streaming that I do here. So huge thanks to SSG for that. Really appreciate it. And so at the end of the stream, I'll let B4 go off and do his preparations for his stream after mine. And while he's doing that, you and I will get to spend some time looking at the Merkwood Patron's coffer. There's some fun things in there that I wasn't sure about it, but now I'm just like over the moon about it. I really love one thing in particular, so which is the milestone skill. So I'll show you that at the end, if not before pieces of it. But as part of that, it came with 500 mithril coins. So I opened it on the Mordor server, because it only applies to the one server. So I did it on the Mordor server. I mean, all of your characters get the package that has like the stuff, but one of your characters gets a package that has mithril coins and virtue experience. So I did that on Mordor, so my main character over that got that, and it allowed me to buy a Lindleby house too. So I'm very excited. Yes, I got Lindleby. I'm so happy. And it's my favorite house, which is the one Wending Way. No, not Wending. That's not right. Starts with the W. It's the one that's right up the hill from the, thank you. Right up the hill from the beginning. Hang on. I need to get a drink of water. Or a drink. It'll be funny, Loshire, if you and I were in the same... Oh, wait, no, you're on Angmar, you said, right? I was going to say it'd be funny if you and I were in the same neighborhood. I picked a neighborhood that had a fun name, of course. But I can't remember which one it is. Oh, well. So Valestris is still level 5, playing for 2 hours each session, so it may take a while to get to 50. Yes, I understand. Having a stream-only character can be a lot of fun. But it does mean that they sit a lot too. If you're only streaming like once a week, right? Or, well, 2 hours each session if you're doing more than one session. Take on it. I keep hitting the cap lock by mistake. Turn that off. All right. Because I'm doing that with a different game. Doing a stream-only group version. And yeah, it's taken a while to go through the game. But that's okay. It'll just, you know, I'm not in any hurry. It's a fun game. Yeah, Dolgrim is a dwarf guardian. Awesome. That you are playing. Oops, I got a feared. Oops, I'll be back. Okay, so Arthur points out that Delvings are in Elderslade, Before the Shadow, and Umbar. And Before the Shadow, which would be Swanfleet and Cardolan. But not all missions in those clusters. True, so not every mission has a Delving, but and the only way you'll find a Delving is in a mission. But not all missions have Delvings.
Some instances now.
Oh, some instances now.
Yeah, like library and school.
Oh. Apparently, a couple of instances, like library and school, also have Delvings. We haven't done that. No worries. Oh. Overcome by events that, well, I don't know. Before the Shadow is now free to VIP. That's a big deal. That's not overcome by events.
Like Arthur said, there were no free missions for Delvings.
Oh, there are free Delvings if you're VIP. So I'd still say that they're both true. Let's see, where am I going? Oh, Cool Witch says one reason I'm not in a hurry to get a house on Angmar is because I won't have all the cool decorations yet. I know, so I got the Lindleby house, and I like got in there, and I'm like, wow, it's so dark and boring in here. And I was like, oh right, I have to go buy lighting. I'm gonna have to get some wall colors up, but luckily my main character is a scholar, and so I do plan to make dyes and wallpapers and, you know, get all that stuff going with her. So, but yeah, it's really weird to start with a mostly empty house. I do have a few things though from all the like kits and stuff, you know, from all the expansions. Like I got the expansion kit thingy that has the big barn. So I've got that out in the yard, so at least the yard doesn't look totally empty. It's a premium house, so it came with the halters for the horses, for the ponies. So I got a little pony halter out, so got a decoration of that. I put out one of the, what's it called, like a mural. It looks like a mural from a wall. And it's a teleport item that takes you to Swanfleet or Cardolan, I forget which. But I thought that's nice to go ahead and get that out. And I have it by the door in case anybody comes rolling by and wants to use it. So, yeah. Let's see. Aaronbard was asking where the Cardolan missions start. And somebody probably said something already. Here, I'll look through the chat here in a second. Let's see. Tellurian says Elderslade missions also have a Delvings to own at the entrance. There was some stuttering there with some extra characters. Hang on, let me turn these in. But Aaronbard, we can show you at least one or two of the places where you can do the thing in Swanfleet and Cardolan. Also, the wiki has them all listed out, so sometimes we just pull up the wiki and look to be sure where we're going. Oops, am I going the wrong way? What's going on here? Yep, this is a dead end. What am I doing here? We need to defeat Corsairs. Oh, and tend to the wounded. Oh, okay, this isn't the one with the leaks. This is the one with the wounded. Upstairs, maybe. Yeah, that's where we're supposed to go. Yeah, Hearn and Andrath and Clegger. Those are Swanfleet and Cardolan places where you can do missions that have the Delvings also as an option inside. Yes, Tellurian, the accents are inserted by the Locho client on character login. I get that as well. I think it's kind of funny. Excuse me. Hit Aaronbard says it'll be a while before I hit Umbar. You can only do the extra delving layer on if your character is cap level, though. So on a regular server, that's 150. So you have to be level 150 to do the delving layer in the missions. Well, at all. The delvings, wherever they come from. But, yeah, but the missions are set to your level. So I don't know if they would kick you out from going to Umbar. Or what's the scoop on that? Yeah. So Egg Arthur says if you have the Umbar content and are at level cap, you can do the delving for Umbar missions. But okay, so Egg Arthur, what if you have the Umbar content, but you're not at level cap? Can you go to Umbar, to this place that we've been going, the Bloody Tavern, and do the missions? Because missions scale to your character's level. So here, this is the Bloody Eagle Tavern. And it's in Umbar. But this tavern itself, I wonder if you got here, because there's a travel skill you can get. Oh, right, it was a boat. There's no delving. So I'm curious, can you come out here and do these things if you are under leveled? Because, like I said, yeah, because I would think so. Because oops, I'll try not to get too far forward. Did you get it? Okay, awesome. Whew. Okay, so the scoop here is that there's these crates that we want to pick up. And these dudes are here, and they don't want us to get the crates. They really just want to get in our way of everything, really, when you come down to it. Okay, you have the Umbar expansion, says Aaron Bird. So, yeah, I would think as long as you can get to the Bloody Tavern, you could do these same things that we're doing right now. You just wouldn't have the delving part of it. That delving stone just wouldn't even be there. You wouldn't see it. Oh, yeah, both of us have the whimsical movement style on. That's why we're skipping along, which cracks me up. So good. Yeah, so the Whimsical Coffer and now the Merkwood Coffer both came with a milestone skill. So if you use a milestone, you do a different emote than just normal. That's one of them. That's the one from the Whimsical Coffer. So, and then the one from the new one, the Merkwood one, it's like you're smoking a pipe, and then you get encircled by almost like a, I don't know, dragon or something. And then it's a big puff of smoke, and then you go poof, and you go to your destination. It's so cool. I love it. Anyway, so we are doing the whimsical style, which is, yes, it's the Tom Bombadil. If you get the Tom Bombadil outfit at the, not Halloween, that's not what they call it, Harvest Math Festival, you can skip around like that while dressed up as Tom Bombadil. But yeah, you haven't been able to do that as your regular character until they came up with that, so that's pretty cool. All right, I'm ready. Yes. Yeah, Egg Arthur says, so yeah, you'll need to get to the Bloody Eagle Tavern. Lower levels can use a housing teleporter to get there. Or get a milestone. The allure of Umbar Barhabel drops you into Umbar itself, near the Bloody Tavern. I'm just wondering, would it, send you back because you're under-leveled? Now, I have a hunter travel skill that I got. I don't know how I got it. I got it somehow. I must have bought it. And so I can just teleport myself there. And Affodil has a travel skill also, I think also purchased there using tokens that you got there. So it's like, first you have to get there, and then you'd have to get the tokens so you could get back there. Yes, I guess just don't die. Yeah, that's right, Amber. Egartha said they lowered the level of Umbar Barhabel to allow lower level tunes to get around in there. Okay. That's awesome. So one thing that happens when you come out of these missions sometimes is I'm waiting. It still thinks I'm in the mission, basically. And I can tell that because it doesn't, like, I had a list of things sitting there. Oh, no, I guess I didn't. I guess I had that earlier. But sometimes it thinks you're still in the mission, so you kind of have to just pause and wait for it to kind of catch up. And then you're like, it's like, okay, there you are. I see you. You can turn your quests in now. So just be prepared. Sometimes that happens. It's no big deal. Yeah, Ginger also says that they have set things so lower level players can get there and be safe. Okay, that's awesome. That's a good choice on them. So yes, you could use your Umbar Barhabel teleport item, or anybody's if they have it available. So even if you don't have the teleport item, you could use somebody else's, as long as they've got use decoration items open, I believe. I think it's like that with most of the teleport items. Like the table that takes you to, was it Anat Krafu? And that one, and the tapestry. It's not a tapestry. What is it? It's like a mural or something. What other teleport items? There's a Mordor one. The what is it called? It's, well, I call it the Mordor, but it's not. What do they call the housing item itself? Isn't called that. Yeah, I know. I call it the Mordor door. Well, I just call it the Mordor. I just smoosh it all into one. The Mordor. Mysterious door. That might be it. I think that one is also open to anybody, but if you port there and you're not high enough level, it'll just send you right out. And what's the other one? Oh, there's one that looks like a bunch of shields like stacked on a wall together, and that one, it does say when you hover over it, like you have to be a certain level in order to use it, or like have not a certain level. You have to have completed a certain, quest series in order to use it. It won't just let you use it. You have to be a certain place in the storyline. So I haven't used that one yet. Egartha says, where's housing teleport from Mordor is a mysterious door. There's Minas Morgul. There's the War of the Three Peaks. That's the table. Gundabad. Oh, that was the light. I should probably put all these out in my house and show y'all. That's over on Mordor. It'd be easier to do it there. I might do it on Mordor next week and show y'all all the different housing teleports that they have. Because I have them that all the ones that I have, at least, would be easy to show you in my big empty house. Just saying. Alright, so now I gotta wait because that the delving one I turned in, but there we go. The mission took a second to, flicker through. So, alright, and then there's a person on this side of the room, so we're gonna do the same thing, but with this person. Come on, come on. You didn't know what it was. Your tiny level hobbit ended up in Umbar, huh? Thank goodness for stable masters. Yeah, indeed. Ginger says the empty apple barrel that sends you to the Dale Lands. I don't have that one. That must have been an expansion before me, I guess. So we started playing like at the beginning of 2019, like in January. And I think we have purchased almost every expansion as it has come out since then. Oh, the Mordor. Oh, your little level Hobbit took the Mordor and ended up there. Oh, yay. Oh, open boxes. Hang on. I gotta stop for a second. These delving boxes, you get a box. You get a box for doing the delving. And they expire after an hour. So this one I got 25 minutes ago. So I better open these things because I don't want to miss them. Because after an hour, they just expire and they go away. And they're like gonzies, which is kind of sad. Box of crafting materials. Bunch of ore. And we'll go the highest ore. There we go. Okay. Awesome. They're open. Thank you very much for the reminder. Chinjar says you have to get rep with the elves of Thelgoth to get the barrel. Well, that would be why. My wee little hobbit has not gone and hung out with those elves. I don't think any versions of my wee little hobbits have done that. At least not in any large numbers yet. Now, on Treebeard, which is our completionist character server location, we are going through the sections, you know, the areas section by section as they open up to us. So we have, what are we in right now, honey? We're in, over on Treebeard. Where are we? We're like Western Gondor.
Just moved into Central.
Okay, we're moving into Central Gondor. Yeah, so we've got a little ways before we get to the elves and stuff, but eventually we'll get to like all this content that we've been buying. It's kind of funny. So when a Nor was closing and there were some, oopsie, sorry. There were some titles that we wanted to make sure we got before the server shut down. So we ran over to a Nor and just kind of tried to speed run through a bunch of stuff, content, basically. And so we got as far in the storyline as we've ever gotten. Made our way through Mordor, which never hadn't done previously, and beyond. So that was funny. But then we got it to like, I don't know, we got past 105. I think we may have gotten to like level 120 before we ran out of time and the server closed, so that's okay. All right, so find and collect the treasure cache. It's right there. How exciting. I won't expect anything interesting to happen when we touch that treasure chest. It looks so safe and unassuming. All right, go ahead when you're ready. Oh no, as you touch the coin, cursed spirits leap out. And a cutthroat. Let's see. Oops. Oh, before he's using the Prime Bags plugin and has his expiring boxes dumped into a sub bag called Open Me Now, so it's easy for him to find them. That's a good way to do it. All right. Now we're done. We can collect the treasure. Oh no! The Captain Shendi Greyeye has shown up to steal the treasure from us. But thankfully, we showed her. And now we're out of here. The elves of elves of, what did you say? Look at what Ginjar said. Elves of Thelgoth. Elves of higher level than me. Or elves of places I haven't been. Oh, wrong person. I want to talk to you. Yeah. Ginger says, I worked on the rep so I could get a good fishing pool. Oh, and got the barrel while I was there. Nice. Yeah, that's what thing is. I think that's going to be really cool over on the Mordor server because our kinship is very focused on, like, acquiring housing things. So I think there will be, a focus as a group to, like, you know, do the different reputations and quests and things like that. That will help us get special furniture items. Oh, that's interesting. Agarther points out on the Angmar server, if you use the Umbar housing teleporter, it bounces you out. So, mithril travel doesn't work either. Yeah, it's quite possible that Umbar missions just aren't open up on that server on the new servers yet. But the Swanfleet and Cardolan stuff would be. Loshire finished the Black Book of Mordor on your main last night. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, one of these days we'll do that. We haven't got there yet, but yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Aaron Bart asks, where is Felgoth? I don't know. Ask the elves, man. Oh, Northern Merkwood. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Follow Legolas. He knows where it's at. But Arthur points out that you can do the Elder Slade missions and the server isn't up to the War 3 peaks, so it is being inconsistent. But it is consistently so, says before. Yeah, basically, I think you can probably kind of track it by what opened on the other legendary servers and when. I would expect it'll be of a similar pattern over on Mordor and Angmar. Now, some of that might not have been tracked completely in the sense that on the wiki, there's information about the different expansions and when each legendary server has gotten to each expansion, like on what date. But it might not have been tracking when, like, skirmishes open or when specific mission clusters have opened, things like that. Erebor missions are available also. And those came with Blood of Azog, yeah, which is not anytime soon, right? Yeah, I'm really curious to see. You know what would be really interesting is I'm wondering, because if Merkwood, if Mordor and Angmar are going to go at a faster pace than say Treebeard, for example. So you had, just kind of walking it back a little bit, so you had Anor and Ithil. Now, Anor opened and there was a rush. So they opened a second server, Ithil, really quick, and to handle the overflow. But then the rush died down. So Ithil never really quite had the population that Anor did. And so I think they, just kind of left it. But in the end, they eventually decided that Ithil just didn't have the population to really keep it open until the end. So they went ahead and closed on Ithil early, and people transferred over to Anor. And then they decided, and then I think I read about that, maybe then Anor, it was getting close, right? Because I think it went Ithil closed, and then Anor got to cap and Anor closed, right? And I think it wasn't that far apart between those things happening, but it was enough of a delay that they were like, if you're on Ithil, you can transfer to Anor. And so then some people did that, and then Ithil hadn't completely closed, I think, and they were like, actually, you can transfer off to anywhere you want for free. And people were like, well, I didn't want to go to Anor. Can I transfer off Anor for free? And they're like, no. So, but then once Anor got to cap level, they're like, okay, Anor's closing now. And then people were like, great, now I can transfer off for free, but I didn't want to, do that before. So it was kind of a silly way of it. Anyway, at the end, Anor was getting the new, the next expansion about every 3 to 4 months. And it was really funny because there were pretty much two vocal groups. Because I don't want to represent that this is the entire population of Anor, but I'm going to say the vocal people that you heard from Anor. There were basically two groups. And one was basically 3 to 4 months is way too slow. Can you please speed this up? And the other group was 3 to 4 months isn't enough time. Can you please slow this down? So I think that was why when they were wanting to try out the system where you can pick like a difficulty level on the servers, when they did that with the legendary servers, I think that's why they did 2, because they did Shadowfax so people could just zoom their way through it, and then they also did Treebeard so you could go as slow as you want. So I call it the zoom zoom and the vroom vroom, or the zoom zoom and the vroom vroom. Vroom vroom. Anyway, so Shadowfax was like every 2 months, and Treebeard is every 5 to 6 months. that we go up to the next expansion. So my... Oh, guess. Hang on, I gotta deal with this crab. These crabs. So my guess is... They have said that I think they're going to go a little faster than Treebeard. So my guess is they're going to kind of maybe go back to what like they were doing with the Nor, which is like every 3 to 4 months. Maybe as short as 2, depending on, you know, what the populace seems to be interested in. I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm closing leaks. So anyway, I'm curious to see if there's a point where the new Angmar and Mordor servers are going faster than Treebeard, and even though Treebeard has started ahead so far, that they like catch up as they, you know. It'll be funny to see if that happens. Oops, no, I don't want to run into the crab. I want to shoot the crab. There we go. Thank you. All right, I'm going to close some leaks here. Let's do this one. There's a breach in the hull. So this instance or mission, we're on a boat. Look at me because I'm standing on a boat. And there's leaks and there's crabs on the boat. Like, you know, crazy. Who let these crabs on this boat? So you got to come in and you got to deal with the crabs and you got to deal with the leaks. It's really convenient when there's 2 of us, especially when we're both like DPS-esque. We tend to do, like, one of us does crabs and one of us does the leaks. Until all the leaks are done, then we just combine. Solarian asks, Treebeard is at level 100 cap question mark. I think we're at 105. Oh, we're at 100?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Before it says yes, we're at 100. I thought we were at 105. I guess I just got ahead of myself. Death and Below says you're not on the Angmar server. That is correct. I am not on the Angmar server. In fact, I'm not really playing on the Angmar server. I made a character there, but I'm not really actively playing her. Where was it? Is it upstairs? Our person? Yeah. Please, Scout, I would like to go back. Thank you. I do have active characters over on the Mordor server that I have been playing. But I'm not playing on Mordor today. I'm playing on Laurelin today. Oh. Oh, right, because we were just on a boat. Of course we were. Are you already in the Wraiths one? Oh. All right, here we are. Oh, Lost Shire says, Mordor just reopened. I didn't expect it was going to be closed for very long. But thank you for the update. That is awesome. Yeah, so Telerian says, oh, thank you for the reminder. Need to open my delving boxes before they expire. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, so Telerian has gone ahead and listed out what steps we still will be taking over on Treebeard before we reach what is currently the cap, which would be 105, 115, 120, 130, 140, 150. So that's 6 steps. So Telerian says, if I'm not wrong, the schedule is 2 level caps per year. Yeah, that's about what they're doing. They kind of slipped into 2 5 months back to back.
It feels like 5 and 7.
You think there was a 7?
I think it's like end of May or June-ish, and before Christmas.
So my thinking was they slipped in 2 5s back to back, and so I was wondering if that meant they were trying to accelerate it a little bit, or yeah, are they gonna like slide back a little bit and do some 7s and anyway. So yeah, in general, it seems like it's like 2 per year, but it might slide a little bit. But yeah, because I was also, I kind of did the math at the beginning and also came up with basically, yeah, 2 per year was my expectation also. So yeah, so as Larry points out, then at 2 level caps per year, that'd be 3 years. That's kind of was my thinking, because this is what, 2024, and I was expecting we would actually get there. I think it was 2028, because we've already had one this year. So we'll have one at the end of this year. So that's the end. Anyway, I think it's like 2028 when we get to the current cap. Although before it's saying, yeah, 2027 will be an exciting year. Well, and then that's assuming that they don't raise the cap in the, subsequent years, which I expect that they will. So I expect there'll be yet more content released before we get to, before we get there. All right, you know what? I'm just going to rescue this guy if that guy's going to just play silly buggers. Oh, now he's out.
I don't think it's fair that they can fear me well
Hmm?
I don't think it's fair that they can fear me while they are in their immune state.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we're running around because we got to get drowned whites. We need blight collars. We need brine drinkers, and rescuing these people. So that's why we're running around here like mad hobbits. Everybody asks if do I have a set schedule for which servers I play, or is it random? It's kind of random. Not entirely random. We are in a kinship over on Treebeard, and we get together as a kin on Saturdays and run around and do the content that we're on as a group then. And so then we kind of are like, hey, if you didn't make it, here's where we're at if you wanted to catch up. So people can play together if they want to. But I mean, it's not necessary. Like, we have a lot of solo folks also. So, and as is how it goes on a lot of legendary servers, the early levels, through 50, through basically all the way through until you get to about Rohan, people will show up and still jump in and join along and like so. But I think once the server max gets close to Rohan and that kind of level, I mean, you're talking like in the 90s, and to come in and get your character caught up to everybody else does feel a little daunting to people. And so it seems like that's where you start to see the numbers kind of drop off. So you have your regulars that are there like every day, every week, whatever. But over time, it seems like it slowly diminishes. So I'm curious to see what will happen with Mordor. Hopefully it'll have some more success with the wraiths, because the wraiths are coming in at all different levels. Like the wraiths spawn, when a wraith spawns, if you trigger it, you can, over on Mordor and Angmar, you can trigger a wraith to spawn. And the way that happens is if you defeat something. So you defeat something, and sometimes a wraith will be spawned from that event. And the wraith that spawns will be your level. So you can play at, level 25, and a level 25 wraith could spawn, which can be an interesting challenge. Let's see, I'm going to go... Yeah, I'll go right, you go left, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So hopefully that'll keep people a little bit more engaged in joining the server over time. And then the also thing is, and you guys might have already put this in chat, I haven't looked at chat in a second, that they're planning to keep Mordor active. So, because a lot of times what happens is after a server, oops, I think I missed a person. After the server reaches cap, then they close it down, everybody transfers off, the server gets wiped. But with Mordor, my understanding is they're thinking about keeping it open. Like, that's the serious consideration at this time. And then once it reaches cap, it might become, I don't know, like a regular server, or will it stay a VIP server? It's unknown. But that's interesting, right? So that would get, so you, all the time and energy you spend on building up these characters and all the stuff in your carry-alls and all of that, you get to, you know, the server would stick around. Because what I notice on things like Laurelin, for example, which is an established regular server, is you'll get new people. Like every day there'll be somebody who's like, hey, I'm new here, you know, I'm new to Lotro, whatever. And it's like, yay, welcome, you know. It's awesome to have new people joining. And then you get kind of a more of a longevity of the server. You get some more depth in a way of the server. Okay, so I'll try and find my way back to the entrance. And Affodil's going to go try and find the gem at the heart. This is what we figured out works well because sometimes I get a little turned around. Yeah. And so it's good for me to, like, here we go. Just head to the exit and then I'm here. You good if I go out?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. So Gunthor asks in the chat, is there any update scheduled where we can play Mordor without being VIP? So real quick, I am not an SSG employee, just so y'all know. Most of you know that, and I'm just like a fan of the game. I'm just here playing, having a good time. But I don't work for SSG, and I don't have any insider knowledge of any sort. Like, I just watch Cord streams like you guys do. I don't know anything special. I'm going to take us to Clagor. So what I've heard is that Mordor is VIP or subscriber. So like if you're a lifetime subscriber, yay on you. Jealous. Okay, so hang on real quick. I want to show Aaron Bard. So this is Clagor. This is that place in Swanfleet where you're in the mountains with the three little hobbit villages. This is the first one that you get to. And, excuse me, I got something on my nose. And so the stable master is here. So when you get there, there's that guy. Let me get on a mount real quick to show you around. Delving box, thank you. I'll check in a second. The butcher shop is down there. You ride in from that direction. So just kind of giving you some bearings. You ride out that way if you're going towards the other ones. So if you just come in and go straight here, you'll see this Delving quartermaster and this Delving mission giver. Those are the people that you'd want to talk to if you want to do missions here, which you can do, and Delvings if you are level cap. So the mission guy, though, he's right there. And so you can come here and do these missions. So, yeah. And this is obviously low-level area. So you're not going to be like, you know, running into 100-level stuff until you go inside. And then you'll run into stuff of your level.
Do you want to bump this one up since it's just trolls?
Sure. We're going to bump up the level. Bump up the level. Bump up the level.
Do you want to bump it all the way up?
Sure. Let's do the 12. 12 is the highest. We're going to try a 12. Why not? Or maybe a... Oh, wait. You need a gem? Do you... Okay.
I did not have it in my inventory.
All right. So we're going to do a level 12. This is the highest level. This will be interesting.
We'll probably want to be more cautious.
Yeah, we're going to be a little more cautious. Okay, so there's some trolls, and they have seen us. The stuff that they will do, on defeat, monsters explode into weaker monsters. Oh, goody. Enemies, something, something. I didn't catch it.
I'll be breaking the other things.
Yeah, that's the 12.
Those might be harder.
Just means we're going to be here forever. Come on. So we'll probably want to just take on one thing at a time if we can.
Yeah.
Ooh, mini Christmas. Oh, and is he going to break out to something else, or was that was the something else? Yeesh. That'll be fun. Let's see. Yeah, B4 points out that on legendary servers are available only to monthly subscribers or VIP. I'm curious if they will change that once the server gets to level cap. I don't know. We will see. Oh yeah, I should do some foods. I'm gonna do some foods before we walk on. Yeah, Coleridge says one of the reasons I don't play on Treebeard anymore is I was getting further and further away from everyone else. That is one of the risks, in a way, of... Oh, we've got orc tunnels.
Oh
Of the legendary servers is because you take time before you open the next one. So people tend to kind of cluster at the top, you know, at whatever the cap level is. And the populace does. And unfortunately, that, you know, creates a barrier for somebody joining in. So, yeah. I like playing on legendary server, but at the same time, it's like, I wish there was a way to help people overcome that early stuff to be able to join in more easily. All right. Okay, so let's see. We got the breaks into other monsters. Enemies start out doing double damage, and once they're below 40% health, then that is done. Enemies summon a cursed hotspot that builds damage over time. Move them away from it. And we have orc tunnels, which you saw. And monsters are fast. Really, really fast. Okay. Let's hit this guy really, really hard. All right, here's his spawn.
The trolls are so much easier than what breaks out of them.
Before is saying that the trolls are so much easier than what breaks out of them. Oh, orc tunnel. Don't do anything until we get rid of the tunnels. We have to get rid of these orc tunnels. Well, we don't have to, but we want to get rid of these orc tunnels quickly because if we don't, stuff starts piling out of them and it's annoying. Me no likey. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna grab this guy. Apparently I'm still in combat, probably with the tunnel. Okay, there we go. Oh, Aaronbard asks Gem, when you're doing a delving, so not the mission, not the main thing, but the delving inside of it, you have to put a gem into that delving stone. So when you reach cap level on that server, you'll get a mail that has a delving stone in it. And it'll be the lowest level, which is Emerald, maybe? And allows you to do a level 1, 2, or 3 delving.
Trade it in.
Mm-hmm.
They want to trade in the serpent or something.
Alright, let's hit this guy. And then when you finish that delving, in exchange for doing the delving, you get a replacement gem. We got tunnels. Crumbs. Okay. Uh-oh, your health is getting lower. Okay, here come. Do tunnels. Tunnels are almost done. One tunnel was almost done. Oh, did we get somebody? We got a goblin. It's okay. Okay. So I think when we get a pair like that, what we're gonna... Oh, really? We gotta spawn... Oh, because it was a goblin that spawned a fly. Oy, 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 oy. Okay. Since the trolls are easier and the spawn out of the troll is harder, what we're gonna do when we have a thing... Yeah, troll, then the archer, then the troll, then the archer. Not troll, troll, archer, archer, because that's a little less awesome. Alright, and we still have... Let's see, that's 6 out of 15. So we're going to be here a minute. But this is why you can do this, because if you like a little extra challenge, you're not just walking through and, you know, obliterating everything just by looking at it. Oh, and we got orc tunnels. Doing the tunnels.
Velustrous asks, if the wraiths spawn, do they start attacking you straight away, or do you have a chance to decide whether you want to run? That's a question regarding the wraiths over on Mordor and Angmar. They come at you right away, but you can run. Many people do, because they spawn at your level, and one of the keys to being able to take them out is to take out their corruptions. So if you don't have a way to manage corruptions, like in your early levels, you really don't have much by way of options, then you are in for a tough fight. Because, like, for example, I have, well, okay, let's say on that server, I have like 300 health, 300 morale, but the Wraith has like 1,000. So it's like 3 times stronger than me, or has 3 times my health, and it hits really hard. And I've been playing Red Lion Hunter, which means I need to stand still when I'm attacking, or I don't get to do my attacks, and that does not work because the Wraith comes and he hits me, and after like 3 hits, I'm done. Oops, where did you go? You ran off. You want to do that one first? Okay. So, yeah. So, Aaron Bard says manage corruption. Oh, we got orc tunnels again. Yeah, right. Before thinks there's a slight delay before they engage.
If you see that they have spawned.
Yeah, if you see if they've spawned. Yeah, they come at me right away. Like, because basically you finish the thing and then all of a sudden, poof, from the ashes is born the nasty thing. So I have not been successful in taking out wraiths of my own level over on Mordor. I have been successful in taking out wraiths of lower levels. Oh, hey, did we miss a tunnel? Oh, dang it. Alright, well, let's finish off this guy. There is a tunnel there. Oh my goodness, that tunnel is just spawning stuff. Alright, we need to deal with that. Look, could you go a different direction, mister? Oh, I got feared. That's fantastic. And indeed. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're at 9 out of 15, so we're making progress. Oh, I can't do that one. Let's see. Oh, corruptions are a thing that's dispellable, and if you look at your skills, you'll find something. Like, for example, for the hunter, I have Blood Arrow. It says a damaging shot that also restores the hunter's morale and removes corruptions from the target. So that's the kind of thing you're looking for when you're dealing with the wraiths over on Angmar and Mordor. As B4 points out, so all classes have at least one, sometimes more. I have also this one, I think. Yeah. Dazing Blow, which is a melee skill, and it removes 1 tier of up to 3 different corruption effects from the target. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll hit him with the Blood Arrow, and then, use the Dazing Blow, because I don't want to get in melee range, generally, of these guys. Oh, looks like the scout knows we're here. Minstrels get 3, says before, because minstrels are bestrels. Got another orc tunnel right in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to go get the other orc tunnel in a minute, but I'll bet something's coming out of it pretty soon. This is why you want to get those orc tunnels as soon as you can, because, ugh.
Yeah.
Where is it?
The orc one?
No, the tunnel. Okay, we got that other tunnel. Neat. Let's take this guy out then.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Where did he go?
I think they despawn if you...
Oh, that's nice.
Long enough, or maybe if you get tunnels.
We think it despawned. That's okay. Arthur says most classes get something at level 20. I'm guessing that's... Oh, CR equals corruption removal. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I was running into those guys before level 20. I died so many times on Mordor so far. Like, people are like, oh no, my undying title. I'll have to re-roll. I'm like, why would you even bother? Like, who... Also, I mean, I get it. It's like a, you know, a pride thing, perhaps, but seriously, like, who runs around with their undying title? Like, nobody. Oh, you've got another one. Oh, we've got 2 orc tunnels. Holy crumbs. I'm going for the tunnels. I'm getting beat up on by these orcs, though. Dang gone, you orcs. Go away. Go away. I don't want to talk to you. We're up to 10 out of 15. That's only 1 between deaths, though. That's not a great number. Adventurer Harthios says, greetings, free peoples of Middle-earth. Indeed, hello. You're also obsessed with titles. I mean, I'm a completionist, right? Like, I want all the stuff. But I never wear the undying title. I never put it on, so I don't see any point to getting too wound up about it. Now, I will admit, though, on one of my characters on Mordor, it's my, what do you call it? Mariner. And I don't have a, it's like, I don't have a lot of Mariners. What? Oh my gosh. Y'all. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, one at a time. I'm almost dead. I did. Working on it. Change into endurance stance. Get some healing back. All right. So I decided to be a mariner, and over on the legendary, well, no, all the servers now. If you do the make it oh, there's an orc tunnel right here.
Finish this thing first.
Ah, son of a gun. We're getting a little overwhelmed here.
Just finish the way back.
Yeah, I am, but I feel like we're getting overwhelmed again.
Catching up. Okay,
This is why you don't want to let those orc tunnels get out of control. There's another one back where you were standing.
yes, it's kind of.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Which one, the warrior or the lover? Okay, the warrior by me. Okay. I know I was trying to get out of those puddles. That's why I was groaning. Not happy. You know, all we have to do is take out the walking trees, technically. So when we get, like, to the last 2, maybe, we might... The scout's gonna appear after we take out the last one. So we can just bail. What's that?
We have caught up.
We have caught up, for the moment. I'm just waiting for another orc tunnel. Maybe we don't... Well, just be prepared. Orc tunnels are due about now.
I am prepared, but there is a solo troll here that we can.
Alright, let's hit the solo troll. Do a honey cake real quick.
Trolls are here.
Yep, I thought they might be. Agartha was asking if there's more content for Mariners. No, but what I was trying to say, and then got overwhelmed here, is if you're doing the difficulty level thingy, there are titles you can earn. And I have been working on that over on Treebeard, because that's where they started with that whole program. And so I have one of every class on Treebeard. But I realized with Mordor that I don't have a Mariner on Treebeard working on those titles. You get a title at 50 and a title at 120? 30. 130. So I decided to do that with a Mariner on Mordor. It'll take a little while, but It'll be easier to level there than on Treebeard because, oh, I don't need to do that. Treebeard is lower XP, so it takes longer to get anywhere, which is fine for the questing and stuff that I'm doing, but for the titles that I'm just like using my alt characters for, I don't care. They don't need to go slower. No. Yes. Alright, we're due orc tunnels, but if we take out this last guy, the thing will appear and we can go.
Or we could go cautiously.
Here's the orc tunnel. I got one. You probably got one. The orc tunnels will appear where the character was standing when they were due to spawn. So if you're running, it might appear like behind where you just were.
Since we lost time together, they're on the same respawn cycle.
Yeah, and they spawn, like each character basically spawns one, and yeah, because we both died like around the same time, they spawned at the same time for us. So that's nice. We've been in a situation where we've been out of sync for one of us died and the other one didn't. And then the orc tunnels were out of sync. And so that was less than ideal. All right. Let's get out of here.
Alright, thanks for trying that.
Oh, we can't get out of here yet.
Now just do another puzzle.
No. Yeah. And now the big troll shows. No. All right. So that was a level 12. That was a bit chaos, wasn't it? But there we are. All right. We'll turn that in and open the box. Not that one, but I will open that. Here's the delving. Oh, right. Now the bigger boxes generally have better stuff. Like I got 50 delving writs out of that instead of the 40 or 30 that we've been getting from the previous ones. So you do get better stuff out of the higher tier stuff you do, but you know, you got to decide whether it's worth your time. There's also deeds and stuff like that. So the question is, Velustrious asked, what titles are those? When you... let me pop in here so we can get this started. Oh, you're buying something. Okay. We'll just pause here for a second. When you come in, maybe do like a 3, okay? Let's do something nice and easy for this one. Huh? No, let's just drop it down for a minute. I just need a rest. Under skirmishes, is it? For delvings? No. Oh, maybe. No. Instances? Honey, where are the delving... No, not delving. I'm looking for the wrong thing. Where are the titles? Oh, Class Race Epic, isn't it? For getting to certain levels as a... Oh, I don't have it on this character, but I do have the titles. Hang on. I'm not... Yeah. Too many words going through my head. A second. Hang on a second. Okay, so titles. So what was it, like adept or something like that? Disciple. There we go. So if your character starts on the path of picking a higher difficulty, that's a higher difficulty. Let's just start with that. Before they turn to level 11, then they qualify for a deed, and basically the deed gives you a title when you reach that level. So, for example, when... Click on you? Okay, so Affadil has Disciple of Arms, and Disciple of Banners, Disciple of Blades, and this is because they have characters who... So, like, Disciple of Claws, that would have been probably the Bjorning. So, Affadil has a Bjorning somewhere on one of the servers, doesn't matter, who... started on that path, like chose a difficulty level before they turned level 11, and they stayed on that. They didn't change to a lower level and ended up canceling it. So they've stayed at the difficulty level of a certain amount or higher, and got to level 50. And when they got to level 50, they got that Adept of Claws that you saw. And then when they get to level 130, they get another title. Now, if you start at a difficulty level that's just anything, that gives you the adept of blah, blah, blah. If you go to a higher one, which is level 3, then you get, there's another title, I think it's the Master Disciple. Anyway, there's 2 titles you can qualify for, and I can't show you the deed on my character because I'm not actually on those deeds with this character, but on Treebeard I could have shown you, sorry. But basically, can you grab me a wiki link or something?
Yes.
Awesome. No, and Illustrious without dying, question mark? No, it has nothing to do with dying. You can die as many times as you want, no big deal. Which is A-okay. The idea is that you have chosen a path of higher difficulty, and once you reach level 50, congratulations, you have stayed on the path of higher difficulty, have a title. And that title, though, is account-wide. So all the characters that you have everywhere, whether they're that class or not, then have that title available to use, like that, like Master of Song. So I have characters over on Treebeard who've reached level 50, and I have one of each class over on Treebeard, except for Mariner, and they have all reached level 50. So I have all of those titles. Okay, Disciple. So you see, I have all these Disciple titles, and that's because I have a character of that class of arms. I think that might be the Captain, maybe, and Banners. Oh, Banners is probably Captain. Blades, Bows was the Hunter, I believe. Claws is Bjorning. Fists is Brawler, and so forth. So I had a Brawler who got to level 50 under that, difficulty thing. And I've stayed at the higher difficulty, so I got 2 titles when I got to level 50. Each one of my characters did. Yeah, sorry, I may not have explained that as quite as well as I could have, but here we go. So yes, so if you do the difficulty at tier 1 or higher, you then are, you get the apprentice title when you get to level 50. If you do it at tier 3 or higher and stay at 3 or higher, you can zip around anywhere between 3 and higher, like 3 to 7, 3 to 8, whatever. As long as you stay at 3 or above, then at level 50 you also get the Disciple title. And then if you stick with that, when you get to level 130, you get the title Adept. And if you stay at the higher tier 3 or higher, you also get the title Master. So I've been doing that with a whole bunch of my characters. But I realized I hadn't gotten that started with a Mariner character, and so I'm doing that with a Mariner character over on Mordor. But mainly she's a farmer. So she's not really out in the world questing, but that's okay. Do you have a delving stone handy, or do you want me to do it? Okay. So, yeah. I hope that explains. I have explained it better before, but I'm a little tongue-tied today. Yeah, so sorry about that. Sometimes on Tuesdays, because I stream on Tuesdays, but sometimes on Tuesdays I also volunteer in the mornings, and I'm not a morning person. And so sometimes I'm like, volunteer in the morning, come home, get lunch, go take a nap. But today I did not take a nap. I played Lotro instead. So, I had fun, but it's still blue. Honey, don't go any further.
Oh, good point.
Come back.
I did not pick up the right stone on the inventory before talking about it.
Okay, which stone do we need?
Zip one.
Okay, I got one of those. Oh, you got it already too. Okay. Okay, cool beans. Cool, so we dropped this down to level 3. The enemies are going to be way easier than what we just did a minute ago. Let me see if I can find one. There, so they're just going to have... let's see, on Monster Death, a Malice heals nearby monsters. What else do we have? They summon poisonous puddles, and they spread vile disease, lowering your max health by 30% on their death. I think we can live with these. It makes our lives a lot easier. I just want something a little easier. So, there we go. I hope that explained it at least well enough. And if not, ask me again next week and I'll try again. Oh yeah, that's an interesting point. As B4 points out, so his character Affadil, was it? Had, that had started on this server and was still below level 11 and picked up the difficulty quests. And then he used a Valar. A 130 Valar, I think it was you used? Yeah. And yeah, that's right. You did 130, I did 140 for our two characters that you see on screen right now. And yeah, so before says if you have more Lotra points than time, as long as you picked up the difficulty before you got to level 11, using a Valar to go to or past 130 counts and awards you the deeds and the titles. So that was really funny. Yeah, because he was like, "Boo-doo-doo-doo," and got all the stuff. And that's how, yeah, it's like the first master of anything, I think, right? Because, yeah, because all of our characters over in Treebeard aren't 100 yet. I mean, 130 yet. Now, amusingly, I've said, like, if they offer free transfers off of Treebeard for any reason before we get to cap, I will take those characters that I have whose only purpose is to get me those titles, and I will transfer them off to some place where they get more experience. Because we get 40% experience over on Treebeard as opposed to 100% of like here, you know. So it's yeah. It's kind of funny. Okay, so here I got like a little 3 delving chest. I got 10 delving writs. And here, let me show you the cowls that I got, the differences. So like doing that level 12, I got this pristine keen delver's mask. I think that came out of the 12. And this came out of the 3. The difference in armor, like 3,100 versus 3,900. You know, the stats are interestingly not all better, but way more vitality here, and 2 essence spots as opposed to 1 essence spot there. So it makes a difference. If you're looking for better stuff, you'll want to go for the highest level that you can. So that's worth it. All right, so should we do both of these?
Well,
Oh.
we have done all the delving.
Oh, so you are limited to doing 10 delvings per day. So if we go in, that delving stone's going to be there, and if I look at it, it's going to be like, you've done 10, you're done. You know, I can't do any more delvings today. And what box am I up to? Let's find out. Ooh, I was in 59, and I'm up to 61. So we did basically 2 boxes with that whole series. So, oh yeah. Thank you. So I'm trying to get to level 75, box 75, before this ends in a week, because I want the housing stuff. So that's why I am pushing this on the last few weeks. And we're actually doing it now, not just during stream. We're actually also doing it like the rest of the time. So I'm almost burned out on missions, but not quite. Not quite. I'm still pushing through. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to pause on the missions for now. And that's why I'm trading stuff over to B4. I think that's everything that's coming to you. Thanks for the dies. I appreciate he gives me all the dies. It makes me happy. Okay, so we're gonna pause there, and I wanted to show you the boxes of stuff that we got, but I've already opened them on Rosenbloom, so I'm gonna switch over to Affadil. No, not Affadil. You're Affadil. I'm gonna switch over to my girl, Adamantia. Good gravy. Um, so, because she still has the boxes unopened, and then we can look at them together. So, Sweet Baby says, yesterday I got an elite wraith and a regular wraith plus 2 spiders. It didn't go well. Oh my gosh. I've been having fun going around with my now level 30 whatever character on Mordor and like cleaning up the wraiths that have gotten left behind in the Shire or in the Barrow Downs. Yeah, and so, yeah, I've been trying I've been getting those whatchahoosies, the currency that you get 2 of the tattered somethings when you defeat a wraith, and so I've got a handful of those now. So, and then you can trade them with the person you trade them with is in Estelden. So I'm not there with my character yet, so I'm waiting until I get there, and then I will at least have a few, and I'll see if I can buy anything with that yet. So, yeah, missions are good for virtues and crafting. Yeah, I probably should start doing some missions over on Mordor in order to get some better gear, because some of the gear I'm running around with on my level 30 something character is starter, maybe not starter gear, but I got it in the Shire. Every once in a while I'm like, oh, I don't have a second bracelet, things like that. Well, we don't have Moria over on there yet, so can't get Moria stuff at this point. But oh, Aaron Bard was at a concert on Belagair server and forgot you weren't on Laurelin and bought the coffer there. So that's where you got the Lotra points and Virtue XP. Yeah. So, so Sweet Baby Ray points out that if the area flashes over on, we're talking about Angmar and Mordor servers, that's how you know you're in the presence of a wraith. I've also discovered that, okay, so hunters have a searching skill that where you can, and I just switched off my hunter, I would show it to you. Where basically you can do a hunt for like creatures, or you can search for evil men and orcs, or you can search for things of, what's the...
Humanoids and animals.
Ancient evil. Yeah, and because the wraiths are ancient evil, they do show up when you do a hunter search, so that is really handy. I found that really awesome. So... Okay, so Adamantia says hello. Let me open this. Okay, so I have... Oh, it's going to show in all of it, though. Okay, we'll just scooch this up. We did some sorting, and by we, I really mean before did some sorting for me. My shared storage was getting a little out of control. Let me just back this up a little bit. So, like, I have this combat bucket, and it was getting really full. And so he like took the extra box stacks and stuck them like over in here for me on Adamantia. But now the problem is now her storage is, her personal storage is set. Everything's in order, but it's kind of full. So actually, maybe I can. So it's nicely ordered. It looks beautiful. But we're gonna make a little adjustment here.
Chaos.
Yes, Aaron Bard says this is the most tidy inventory I've ever seen. Yeah, that's thanks to B4. So all of this came out of my combat bucket. But the problem is when I open these things, they're gonna go up here and then they're gonna get mixed in. So I kind of want to move these things here. We're just gonna move them into bag 4. So hang on a second. Let me just scoot some of these things over. Supposedly there's like duplicates of these things already in Oh, you know what I could do?
Sometimes there's store binding versus personal binding.
There. And then, do I want to do one more? I don't. I don't think I do. It's messing with my bag system, man. Don't like it. Okay, but now we can open these things and we'll be able to actually see them. So I actually have 2 different things. Oh, we got some folks in chat. Let's see. Yeah, Sweet Paper says I cause lag with my character storage. I understand that. Yeah, that's why I don't know if you noticed, but it took a long time for my character to switch over to this character because it had to, it took a while for it to kind of close down my previous character because she has so much stuff, and then this character also has a lot of stuff, so it's fun. So Sarge says, good afternoon, Lotro stream and chat. How are you all today? And we also have 4 raiders from Task Pumpkin who have joined. So hello everybody, welcome. So we're winding down, but we're going to be a few minutes yet because I am going to show off, you're just in time, to see the Mirkwood Patron's Luxuriant Cosmetics Coffer. So that's the big shebang they've got going on right now. So Coffer, if you want to take a look at it, there's some links. So yes, the Mirkwood Patron's Coffer, it's available in the Lotro store. For points for a limited time. So you would go to the Lotro store. Can I even search for it? Because I have it. Let's find out. Merkwood Patron. Oops. Patron. Maybe patrons. Lesbians. Nope. Okay. Probably because I already have it, it won't show it to me, but that's fine. So basically you go to the store, you look for it, and you'll get a little box like this. Now actually, let me scooch this box out of the way because that is not part of what we're talking about here. So you get this cute little present looking box. It's awesome. And, so when you open it, a whole bunch of stuff's going to happen. So here we go. So I have acquired, and it tells you in your general output what all you got. So I have the Merkwood Patron's Luxuriant Wardrobe Cosmetics. That's that box. I got the Merkwood Movement Style emote. I got the Sentinel Steed. The Merkwood Milestone emote. So milestone style emote. And the Tome of the Mirkwood Saber Cat. All right, so let's take a look at this cat because this thing is massive. Let me see if I can throw it on somewhere else. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be thrown on somewhere. So let's look at my pets. Mirkwood Saber Cat. Now I'm a hobbit. That is a giant cat. Oh, I'm still in the way. Maybe if I turn around this way. There we go. There is the Mirkwood Saber Cat. Nice and big. Sweet Baby Ray is asking me questions about PvMP. And Orion, did Orion say what the arena makeover is for? I watched his stream a couple weeks ago, I think it was, but I don't remember what he said about that. I would say the forums is a really good place to ask Orion questions about PvMP because like I said earlier, I don't work for SSG. I'm not an employee or anything, so I don't have any knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes or any of that stuff. So Aaron Bard asks, so the Mithril and the Virtue lands only on one server. That is correct. So when I got this pack and I put the code in, because I got it as a code, as opposed, it still came through the store. And so it came through the store via the character that I was on. And the character that I was on Mordor at that time. So that character got that present box that I showed you that I just opened with these goodies in it. And they also got, that specific character got a pile of mithril. Well, it goes to the server then because, your mithril counts for your server. But then I also got some virtue pots, the potions that I was able to use on that character. So it only goes to that one server. The virtue XP and the mithril coins only go to that server. all these other goodies go to every single one of your characters on every single server from here on in. So when you start a new character, boom, you're going to get this stuff on every character. Aaron Barrett asks, do I have a link to the Orion and Severland streams? I don't. I mean, they're here on Twitch, on this channel. Before he's going to see if he can get a link, because they do... Twitch does allow you to clump things together in, like, lists. But I don't find it easy to find that information. But he'll take a look for us. Okay, so we'll look at the cosmetic armor here in a minute. Sorry, Aaron Bird. Oh, sorry. Only new characters get the emotes and cosmetics? No, sorry. Every single one of your characters gets the emotes and cosmetics. So every single character I log into now and into an infinity will get this package with all of this stuff in it. So every single one of my characters, my new characters, my old characters, characters I haven't played in decades, whatever, every single character when you log in is going to get this package. Okay, cool. B4 has put a link in there of the first and so far only Scenario and Orion stream, but they expect to do it on a regular basis. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that Merkwood Sentinel Steed so you guys can see that. Oops. Let me open up the right thing. So Steed, Merk. Let's go ahead and check out the Merkwood Steed. Kaboom! So very similar look to what the what that saber cat was wearing, but I do like we've got a quiver here on the side, and we've got a little pouch, which lends itself. So there's a big pouch and a quiver on this side, and then a big pouch and a small pouch on this side, and it's a nice kind of dusky gray, muted color scheme for the base of it, but then you've got like this kind of dusky burgundy and some silver and some gold accents all mixed in there together. So I think it's kind of a pretty look. Yes, Tellurian Cosmetics says cosmetics are account wide regardless of server, simply every character. Literally every character you have is getting all of this. All right, so see how he's got that same pattern of stuff on his forehead there. Okay, and so then here's the Mirkwood movement style. So to use this, you go into your emotes collections, and we know it's Mirkwood. So it's move Merk. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, just to make my life easier, let me see, do I want it there? Yeah, for now, I'll just stay here. I'm just going to set it right here. Okay, so, and then we'll go ahead and consume the milestone Merk also. So that gives me that there. Now, the nice thing is there's also a milestone default. And then there's also a move default. The reason why these are useful, and I've gone ahead and put those on my bar. So if I click the move Mirkwood, so my character goes into this fun pose. Here, let me get rid of our cat for a moment. And this is how I'm going to move. So as I'm walking forward, I'm like creeping along. Let me put myself at a crawl here. Now I'm walking instead of running. So it looks like you're just hunched over and slowly making your way along very cautiously, right? Now, okay, so I'm doing this walk, and I'm like, okay, I'm done doing this walk now. How do I get out of it? That's where that move default comes in. So I click move default, and now my character's back to normal. So that's really nice, and I appreciate that they have this. Now I go back to my regular shuffle, shuffle, shuffle walk, you know, if I want to, or, you know, my normal cute Hobbit run, you know, if we want to do that. So, like, oops. So there's my cute Hobbit run, like normal. Okay. So then let's do a milestone. All right. So normally when you do a milestone, so let's come here. You know how you look like you're reading something and you do the scroll and all of that. Okay. But with the Mirkwood milestone, so I've clicked it. It doesn't like glow or anything. It just knows. So now when I travel, check this out. This is so cool. Looks like I'm smoking a pipe, and then like a dragon head comes out, and it goes around me, and it circles me. Isn't that so cool? I love that one. Yeah, Arabani says, it looks like there's something wrong with her back. Yeah, the Merkwood movement style, I did it for a couple minutes, and then I'm like, okay, my back hurts. Just by watching that. Oh, Sweet Baby says, I wish bears in bear form got armor cosmetics like the cat. Because, yeah, and then the human form gets the human cosmetic that matches. That would be pretty cool. That would be cool. I know there's some things I feel like they could do with the Bjornings, but I understand it's probably got to be complicated. So, okay. So that's the Mirkwood version of those two things that you get out of that coffer. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you then out of this coffer is I've just opened the cosmetics box. And so this is the series of things. So you get a quiver. Don't mind the drum on my back. Just ignore that. So it's a quiver. Am I actually wearing a drum? Oh, I've probably been missing that. Okay. Anyway, let me reset that because now maybe the drum won't show up on her back. Cool. So there's the quiver, and it has this like half cape hanging off of it. That's part of the quiver. Okay, and that is, I believe, a back item. It's a cloak. It's a cloak item. Yeah, so it's back. There's also this ceremonial sword, which is big and shiny. You've also got, let's do the armor. So there's the armor with the shoulders, big pointy shoulders. We've got bracers for the wrists, so you can see big shiny bracers. Shoes. There you go. And then we'll do the hat. So it's like also sneaky, and very shiny, and it matches the mount, and it matches all of the other stuff. So that's the armor. Oh, I did not put on. There's a ceremonial bow, which also has that same color scheme, that same look. And that's all of that. Plus, then you also get a weapon aura. It says a Merkwood weapon aura, and it says your weapon glows a hypnotic viridian reminiscent of Merkwood. So it kind of glows like a greenish. So, let me see. Do I have any of that working on this character? Let's see. I currently do not have sparkly on this character. My understanding is the way to make it work is you put a normal weapon aura like in that spot, and then you put the shiny thing. Hang on, let me look at my character. No, you're not even holding anything. That doesn't help. Let's get a basket. Oh, we don't have anything in the other hand though. Or do we? Do we have a... Nope, we don't. Yeah, I have struggled to get the weapon auras to look right, but... Meh. Oh, are the cosmetics dyeable? That is a fantastic question. Let's go through and double check. So let's put all this on... Oops. Wear funky stuff, Hobbit. Alright, so let's see. Let's do the chest color, because that's usually where it shows up the best. It looks like yes. That's rust. Here's black. Oh, it was already kind of black. White. So you could go, you know, kind of monochromatic there. How about like a burgundy? So yes, it definitely looks like it dyes up. So you could turn it to whatever, you know, kind of color your character normally does. There it is in violet. It looks kind of cute with the, So the problem I have with a lot of this armor is it's just very like, grrr. And I just don't, my characters aren't grrr, you know what I mean? But like a rose, that would be hilarious. Running around in like this, you know, fancy armor and it's colored pink. But yes, apparently it is dyeable. So there we go. That's what the helmet, the hood would look like if it was also dyed. It looks like it doesn't do the mouthpiece, though. That's kind of too bad, actually. Well, whatever. I guess that's the accent color. That brownish, burgundy-ish is the accent color. So, okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. And then I realized that I still had on this character, let's move the drum out of the way, the coffer of the Whimsical Patron's coffer. So I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and show you that while I'm right here, because if you haven't already seen it, now's a great time, because then you can kind of compare. So you open that up, and again, you also get a big pile of things, a bigger pile of things, it seems. So you get some cosmetics, some fun stuff there, but you also get, and a weapon aura, you get the Whimsical movement style emote, which I was using earlier on Rosenbloom. We've got the Whimsical weapon aura, where things, it says your weapon glows with whimsy. Sure, I'm not sure how you define that. You get the Whimsical steed, which I love. Let me show you the Whimsical steed. Let's see. Because it has a cat. So here's the Whimsical steed. And it's got some bright colors going on here. It's got a couple of baskets on here. Oh, Aaron has to go. All right, have a great day. It's got your loot here. It's got like a little bedroll, or maybe something to sit on when you're sitting in the grass. The tail of the horses, or the pony in this case, and the headpiece. It's got some cute little details going on there. But then there's a cat sitting in this basket in the back. Oh, you can't see him. Hang on. There he is. There's the cat. He's right there. And here's the funny thing is, when I get off, the cat will stay. It's the last thing to disappear. Watch. There goes. And the cat, and then gone. So funny. Let's see. Somebody called Willy Billy Silly says, I know Lotro Stream isn't anything about subscription, but can I contact them? How can I get on flag so I can sub? I would say you'll have to go to the help desk and submit a ticket. So that would be the place to go. I don't work for SSG, so I don't have any ability to help with anything like that. But I know that like they would say, did you submit a ticket to the help desk? So that's what I would recommend, is submit a ticket to the help desk. Cordovan is the SSG community manager. Sometimes he will say you could reach out to him directly on the Lotro forums. He will also recommend that you submit a ticket, though. So if you haven't already done that, you could go ahead and do that and then reach out to him also. So yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so the last things that we have here, let's see, we have a Tome of the Whimsical Woodland Critters. So that is a cosmetic pet. So I'll show you what that looks like. Oops, not that one. It's really funny because it's a group of little critters. Let me zoom in. So I've got like a little bird, we've got a squirrel, we've got a deer, we've got a rabbit, and we've got a fox. And that's a cool idea, and they do follow me. So I don't know if you can see me. Move this out of the way. So they're following me around. There we go. But they kind of are on like a disc almost. So I kind of go like this, and they spin around. It's kind of funny. Sweet Baby asks, do you stay in contact with the devs since you have a large following? Well, this is the Lotro channel. So everybody who streams on here has been like approved to stream here by Lotro. But I don't like, have the devs email account or anything like that. Like, yeah, we're just, it's one of those where it's like, I'm streaming and I'm a friendly streamer, so can I stream on your channel? And they're like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That kind of thing. Excuse me. Italian says, if I'm not wrong, being able to subscribe to this channel has been intentionally turned off. Oh, I know you can like the channel, but that's true. You might not be able to subscribe the channel. Yes, ask Cordovan on Friday, says Telerian. So Cordovan, who
Follow it.
the SSG community manager, he streams here on Fridays at noon Eastern time, and that is a great opportunity to ask questions like this, like why can you follow the channel but you can't subscribe to the channel? I do not know. Oh, and then okay, so the one thing we haven't done here is the whimsical milestone emote. So let's grab that, and then let's go to our emotes again. And we're going to put those on here. So milestone whimsy and move whimsy. Okay, so you saw me moving whimsically earlier. So let's do some more of that. So that's with the skipping, like the Tom Bombadil skipping. Oops, got a little close to the camera there, sorry. So that's the move whimsy, which is fun. And then the milestone whimsy, let's do that. And that one, here, let me get rid of our critters again. Bye, guys. Yeah, so let's do a milestone whimsy. So we'll milestone here. Check it out. It's like a weeping willow, or an old man willow, perhaps. Isn't that cool? I think it's so pretty. So I love both of these, the milestone skills that they have given us. So, oh, and then we didn't look at the armor. Let's look at the armor real quick. So the armor looks like this. Oops, wrong button, sorry. There we go. So yeah, the shoes, and then there's the hat and the cowl. So it's very bright, very exciting. And then you can have a staff. Oh, sorry, that's the, not staff, that's the club. And it's got like a little squirrel on the end. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it. It's a little hard to tell on the zoom, but there we go. There's a little squirrel on the end of that staff, or on the end of that club, excuse me. But there is a staff which also has the squirrel, and it's much bigger. Oh, and I almost forgot the backpack. Can't forget the whimsical backpack with the little little woven baskets also. It's got like plants growing out of it. Cracks me up. So let's see. If I put on, hang on, let me put on the whimsical staff. Oh, I might have to do it through the wardrobe. Do I already have it in there? I probably already have it in there. I do. All right, so whimsical ceremonial staff of whimsy. Can I set this here? It won't let me do that. Okay, let me put it over here. I'll just have to remember to fix her basket. And we'll drop that. So now we're not seeing it. Hang on. Why are we not seeing the staff? Because it doesn't like it. This item of this type, staff while equipped item, is type 100. The cosmetic item will not be shown. Oh, is it because I have an item equipped there? Hang on a second. Let me take this off for a second and see if that lets it show. Now will you show? Corresponding slot is empty. Okay, I think I'm not allowed to wear that. I know there's a way to get around it, but I can't remember off the hand. So, okay, fine. We'll just do the club. The club will work. Okay, so now she has the club in... Okay, it's on her side there. So if I am just running, it's fine. If I go to walking, it's like she's carrying it. Or she's walking with it. And if I'm standing still, yeah, she does that like a Gandalf. Like kind of puts her arms around it. So I tend to not use the whimsical movement when I'm walking because you end up standing like that. And even if I don't have anything in my arms. So let's see if we can get rid of that. It still does that. And I don't, it's not exactly what I'm looking for, you know, but yeah. But although I did see somebody who was doing this style and then they did the Gandalf emote, the shall not pass. And that looked really good with the little squirrel guy. So that was fun. That was nice. Sneakies, did I say hi? If I didn't, hello. Sweet baby Rez says, carry the teapot and then Rez on a lore master and you'll be walking just like Tom. Well, in this case, all I had to do was get the whimsical walking or whimsical movement emote. So, which I like. That one's fun. Okay. Well, I think we are going to wrap it up here. So that was the thing, is I want to make sure I got to show y'all the different fun things that came in that, because the milestone thing is pretty dang neat. Let me do that milestone, the Merkwood milestone again, because that's just so cool. I just think this is pretty fantastic. I love the way this looks. And we can even get some of that stuff out of the way. So isn't that just so cool? I really love it. I think they did a neat job with that. So I was just there and I poofed to here. Yeah. All right. So, well, I am going to go ahead and call it a day. So thanks everybody for coming along here. I stream every Tuesday here, doing Lord of the Rings online stuff, usually somehow related to housing or cosmetics or, you know, any stuff of the sort. So that's kind of like what to expect when you're watching one of my streams. And of course, that's why we are doing so many of these delvings right now, is because I am desperately trying to get to that level 75 box so I can get that coffer of Umbar, legendary Umbar furnishings. So I'm really hoping to get to that. So hopefully we'll get there either between now and my next stream or the next stream on next stream. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. Sneaky asks, can you get the travel skill without the other stuff? Not at this point. They haven't released it separately yet. So I'll be curious to see if they do. But yeah, at this point, the only way to get those two travel skills is with their corresponding coffers. And the Merkwood coffer is available right now. So, and it's only available, not for a long time, through August 11th. And today is the 6th. So you've got until Sunday. It's all, and it says through August 11th, but I have seen things get turned off on the day of that. So I would say, you know, Sunday is your last day, but I wouldn't leave it to the last minute just to make sure you don't miss it.
Typically for August 11th is through 3 a.m. on August 11th.
Yeah, so, yeah, just, you know, don't wait till the last minute is what I would say if you really want it. Yeah, but and so anyway, so it's fun. I'm enjoying all the movement stuff and the milestone stuff and all that. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to head off. Right after me, coming up in just a moment, is Before with his stream called Plugging Along, and he will be talking about Lotro plugins. So stick around if you want to see some of the stuff that he's working on. I know he's working on other people's plugins, making patches that make life easier. So he's been doing some fun stuff with that, and sometimes it ends up turning into basically version 2, and sometimes that ends up out in the Lotro plugin community as well. So that's kind of cool. So, all right, thanks everybody. Have a great day, and I will see you next week. Stick around for Plugging Along. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.